The film you are about to see contains dramatic situations that may not be suitable for all audiences. In at least 2 incidences, the soundtrack will elevate during critical scenes and may be surprising to the viewer. Viewer discretion is advised. Conditions requiring immediate donning of self-rescue device. Minors should don a self-rescue device when smoke, odor, fire, or any contaminated atmosphere is encountered. Minors are encouraged to don self-rescue devices whenever they believe they are exposed to a toxic or irrespirable atmosphere. Minors should don a self-rescue device when a hazardous atmosphere is identified by conducting and evaluating gas tests with a multi-gas detector. Underground coal miners should always don an SCSR at the first indication of fire or explosion and continue to keep their lungs isolated until they are in an area of known fresh air.
I will never forget the day of the explosion at McClure 1. At the time, I was a section foreman. I knew I had to get my crew out of harm's way, and once my crew was safe, I had to go back. We had miners missing. It's the miners' bond.
They'll always stand up for freedom, never back down from a fight. Oh, every single one of us has a hero in mind. Well, every single one of us has a hero inside.
That was Hero Inside by Chance Casey, moving up 3 spots from last week. We're counting down the top 40 country hits from this week in 1976. And holding on to the #1 spot for the 2nd week in a row is Jake Howard with his father-son ballad, Just Like Me.
My son decided to walk the same path that I walked.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this brief announcement. This just in. At approximately 11:20 a.m., there was an explosion at the Scotia Mine in Oven Fork, Kentucky. Mine officials say that 15 men are currently unaccounted for, but rescue efforts are underway. Stay tuned to this station for updates on their progress. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
He's got him a wife he loves and his own family plan. Now the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The apple of my eye.
Hey, Dave.
Hey,
Here's your flowers.
thank you, thank you,
Gosh, those are beautiful. Red's gonna love those.
thank you. I hope so. Hey, Dave, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, it's Big Red's birthday. How are you?
Hey, Shane. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys, I plan on delivering your all's flowers tomorrow. We have a big load going over to the Scotia Mine Memorial.
Yeah, Mom's cousin passed away in the second mine explosion in Scotia.
This is a busy time of the year.
You'd think after nearly 40 years it'd get easier, but it doesn't.
Yeah, people still struggle.
To hear those stories, it was just like it was yesterday.
It's hard to believe that somebody would have the courage to go into an underground mine that's exploded.
Man, that little one ran out of nowhere, didn't he?
Hey, he's a little guy.
How you
He's
doing,
easy
bud?
to miss.
How you doing, bud?
Good, man.
Hey, we haven't got my order there.
Yeah, I've got it, Ronnie. Got it ready.
It looks good. Looks good, bud.
Yeah, man.
We'll make it over for reunion this weekend.
Yeah, I've not missed one yet.
Yeah, a lot of memories there in it, bud.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Gonna be there, Dave.
Yeah, man.
All right, bud.
It's good to see you, bro.
Listen, Dave, thank you, bud.
Thank you,
And
bud.
I'll see you over there.
Okay.
See you, man.
See you, Ronnie.
Take care, bud.
Hey, let me hold you guys up here a second. I know most of you guys know this week is the anniversary of the Scotia mine disaster. It's a tough week for a lot of guys.
Hey, Dave, you think something like that could happen at this mine?
Yeah, well, I mean, sure, something like that could happen, but you know your training.
I do.
You know what to do.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of things in place now that protect us from things like that, but sure, something could happen. But we know what to do if something does happen.
Just remember our training, right?
We'll be all right, buddy. Hey, Shane, I ever tell you how good looking your sister is?
You made that apparent when you married her.
Hey, you know I won't be here Friday.
Calling in sick before you're sick again, huh?
No, Callie got a ball game at referee playing in the state championship.
Oh, States, I forgot about that. I may have to call in sick myself. Did you hear that?
Hello outside, hello Jeremy. Hello outside, hello Jeremy.
Go ahead, Pickle.
I'm here in the number 5 intake escape way, just out by Crosscut 50. I was in the number 4 belt entry, checking a rock dust violation, when a big concussion came from in by towards number 2 drive. It knocked me down.
Yeah, we've lost our track and COs and communication in by break 50.
I heard a loud roaring noise. Then in a second or two, rocks were flying everywhere. I felt heat and my ears popped. I thought I seen a bright flash, maybe even a flame, I'm not sure. I couldn't see much of anything. I don't know what's happened, but I think we've had an ignition or an explosion in by 2 right belt drive.
Guys, this sounds bad. I'm gonna take Danny with me to go help Pickle. I'm gonna take the rest of you guys down to the mouth of 1 right. I'll drop you off with the greaser, he can take you outside. Danny, don't let me forget to grab the telephone, our escape way map, and our first aid supplies at the mouth of the section.
Okay, we'll do.
Hello, Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. Hello, outside. Hello, Jeremy.
Go ahead, Dave.
I'm taking Danny with me. We're gonna go help Pickle out. I'm dropping the rest of these 4 guys off with the greaser at the mouth of 1 right. They're coming outside. When they get outside, have 2 of them to go to the mouth of the holler and just work security until company security gets there. The other 2 can be physical check-in, check-out. Thanks.
Dave and Danny are coming your way, Pickle. Stay where you're at.
That you?
Yeah.
I believe my back broke, man.
I believe my legs broke too. You all right?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah. Where's your radio at? You call outside?
Down outside, old Jeremy. Down outside, old Jeremy. Ask Shane Charlie. We need some help, man. We're hurt. Hello outside, old Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. It's Shane Charles. We hurt.
I gotta get down to the cache, get us some more rescuers. If I don't, we'll be dead in a couple hours.
Don't you leave me up here to die.
Look at me. I'm coming back.
You better.
What's going on, Jeremy? Pickle's 3 breaks out by 2 right belt drive, and he said he heard a loud roar noise and felt something, like pressure in his chest and his ears. He said a gush of air knocked him down and he saw something. He didn't know the flash or a flame maybe. We've lost our tracking, communications, COs, everything in by break 50. 15 people in there right now, 7 of them on their way out. Dave and Danny are on their way up to where Pickle's at to see what's going on. I've already talked to Bear from IMSHA. I've told him everything, who we've got underground, what we got. He's on his way here.
Okay, do you have a printout that shows everyone's last known location? This don't look good. Okay, Donnie, might as well go ahead and set up a command center and a training room and go ahead and hook us up a phone for the underground line. And after you get that, go to the fan and look at the fan chart and see if it shows anything.
Okay, y'all get on.
Hey, Danny, grab that phone for us.
Okay, I will.
Hey, Pickle.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, what do we got?
Hey, man, I was over checking over on that belt line. I felt a big concussion come down off a 2 right up there. There's a lot of rock dust and rocks flying through the air. I'm not real sure what happened.
You good? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just a little shook up right now.
Okay, well, let's get us a check hung up here. Danny, hook our phone up for us.
Okay,
Do we have curtain?
Yeah, there's a curtain laying right over here.
Hello, outside. Hello, outside. Hello, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. I'm just testing the phones.
Man, Dave, what in the world just happened?
Hey, guys. Good to see you. We really don't know. Everybody good? Everybody breathing all right? You okay?
Yeah.
Everybody okay? All right. We really don't know what happened. Something really bad on 2 right. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Jamie.
Go ahead, Dave.
Look, I got 20 parts per million coming up our intake and smoke.
Can you go check the north mains right side return doors?
I'll go check.
I zigzagged up 5, 6, and 7 in the north mains from 51 to 54 break. I've got smoke and heat coming out of all 4 entries of the 2 right section. All 4 doors in our overcast were blown open and they were damaged a little, but I think we'll still be able to use them if we need them. And your regulator doors in the returns 1 and 4, both doors were open and slightly damaged, but I think we can make them work too. And the north mains intake is short circuiting at crosscut 51. And the permanent stoppings between 4 and 5 entries at crosscut 51 and 54 are partially blown out toward the seals.
Here, Charlie. I got our rescuers. We're gonna have to get these on before it's too late.
Let me say a prayer before we do, Shane. Father, thank you for the blessings you give us, and send us a guardian angel that will watch over us the whole time, and Godspeed to the teams that's coming to get us. Amen.
Amen.
Hello, inside. Hello, inside. Hello, Dave. Hello, Dave.
Hey, Jamie.
One of the return doors in the number 7 entry was left open. When Bill and Sam evacuated from the mines, that was allowing the fan to recirculate the smoke and CO back into your intake. Call me back if that don't clear. We've got all the information you needed in this area here updated on the map, and we renumbered the breaks on the to right panel like you wanted. This panel here on the right off of that is updated also. So everything should be ready to go.
Look it over and make sure we don't need to add anything else, and if you do, just let us know.
Okay, for now, that looks good, so let's go ahead and get started on our action plan.
All right, we'll be in office if you need us. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Here comes Carol on the state and the federal. We'll have to get them up to date on everything that's going on.
What's going on, Jamie? I guess everybody knows Barr from MSHA and Daniel from the state.
The Division of Mine Safety in Franklin has been notified. Our support personnel and our state mine rescue teams are en route.
Jamie, MSHA district manager has been notified. Other MSHA personnel are en route to help us. At this time, we'll be issuing you a closure order for all work underground except for the rescue and recovery operations, pending our approval of your submitted action plan. At that time, we'll modify the order to allow you to do other work.
Okay, what we've got at this point, we've got a blowing fan. We've got our chief electrician, Dan, he's monitoring this, and he's reporting back to us every 15 minutes.
Okay.
Right now, the CO and methane are both doing good. We do have power coming into our mines. We've got it disconnected, going in by break 8. This box is energized. It's energizing these two pumps at break 10 and 11. One of them is in our intake, one is in a right return. We have to run these pumps. If it don't, both of these places are going to roof out with water, okay, and our fan would go into a stall. So that's why we've done this with our power. Okay, and at this point, this is what we know about what's been reported to me from underground from Dave. We've got 15 men were underground when the event occurred. 9 of these men were evacuated. At this point, we have 6 men underground, 2 which are unaccounted for. Those are Charlie and Shane. Okay, Dave and Pickle are located at the mouth of the 2 right, trying to account for Charlie and Shane. Okay, Gary and Donnie, let's get this room turned around for the briefing. Okay, thank you guys.
All right.
Hey, Mom, you grab all the things. I'm gonna go check on Dad.
As soon as we hear something from Ronnie, we will let you know. We should hear something soon from the mines, and he's going to come up here and let us know.
Wanda, what's going on with Dad?
Yeah, we have heard from the mines. Hi, Pam. Well, we've heard from the mines. There has been an event, and the mine management's there, and the safety group's there, and Ronnie should be giving us an update shortly. So that's what I know from right now. So
Okay.
You guys want to go back and get your seat?
Before we get started, there's some people I need to introduce to you. You're going to see throughout this situation. We have Jamie Maggard. Jamie's the superintendent. And Donnie Dixon, he's the mine foreman. Got Gary Steele, he's the safety manager. Got Dale Jackson, known as Barr with MSHA. And we got Daniel Bentley here from Kentucky Division of Mine Safety. We'll try to get through this briefing as quickly as we can. But before we start, Jamie, you and Gary Steele and Donnie and Barr and Dan go in here and review your action plan while I brief the teams. Hopefully by the time we get through, you guys have an opportunity to review and evaluate and approve our action plan. Here's what we got, fellas. Of course, you probably heard that we had some kind of emergency event up here on 2 rights where it is. And we'll give you a real brief description of the mine layout. What you've got is we got 4 entries out here. This is a box cut. We expanded into 7 entries. This is what we call the North Mains here. This is one right, this is two right. And of course, based on information that we have from Pickle, the belt foreman, and Dave, our responsible person on this shift, that came off this section and went up here and checked this area. You can see on your mind maps, there was quite a bit of damage, and this is going to be our major focus. If you look at our map, of course, like I say, it's a box cut. We got a blowing fan. We have two pumps here. At this point in time, we don't have any power in by that point. Our chief electrician went there and disconnected and isolated, then going high voltage. So the only power we have is here. We do have a pump set up here, which we're probably going to encounter some water up here at number 4 and number 3. If we don't find the two missing guys, Charlie and Shane, before we get to that point, okay? If you look up here, of course, you got some other things. This is your North Main section. We do have gas wells in the area. You see the underlays of the old mine, Old Moss 1 mine. It's, I believe it's 136 feet below our mines. There's been other mines in this area that's mined over top of this Old Moss 1 mine and not had any major problems, but we don't know. Normally, our fan puts out about 200,000 cubic feet per minute. What that means is we run about 95 to 98. And number 1 and number 7, that's your returns. 2 and 3 is your belt neutrals. Number 4 is your belt. 5 and 6 is your intakes. 5 is your intake escape way. So that's how the mines is laid out. You got seals over here, seals over here. Based on the information that Dave has given us, between him and Pickle, of course, Pickle was down here at Crosscut 51 and when the event occurred, and he said that the gust of air came out of this direction from in by the drive, knocked him down, rocks, rock dust everywhere, so thick he couldn't see. He had to feel his way to get back through the door here at Crosscut 51. Now, if you notice on your maps right quick, if you scan down, you can see the extent of damage up here. What we know right now is that these 5 stoppings that you see on your map, they're all blown toward the seals. Now, those 120 PSI seals, right now, we don't envision we got a problem up there. But we're going to start exploring in this area. The reason being, of course, too, we had Jimmy and 2 guys up here on North Mains building cribs when this thing happened. Within a matter of minutes, smoke was all over them. They put on their SSRs and drove their man trip, and now they're with David Green, our responsible person. Now, Dave he has mine rescue experience. He's an experienced responsible person, or RP as we call him, so he pretty much knows what he's doing, okay? What has happened here, we've lost all our tracking, monitoring, communications in by Crosscut 50. So you can see the extent of the damage, and it all points toward it coming off of 2 right. What has happened, Dave has evacuated all the people that he doesn't need. So what he has now, he kept the foreman, which is also a certified repairman, with him. They came out here, sent the people out they didn't need. Then Dave and Danny Mann, which is a repairman, came up here, and now he's with Pickle, the belt foreman, which was here when it happened. Pickle's been in that number 5 intake escapeway since the event occurred. So nobody's come off this 2 right. So right now, based on what we've got, we're looking for Charlie and Shane. We're still going to explore this area. What he's got there is he's got 19.5% oxygen. He's got 1.1% methane. He's got 50 parts per million CO. So as soon as we start up in here exploring, we're going to encounter some mine gases. Dave he and Pickle was going to travel across Crosscut to see what they had. When they got into number 2 on this right side, they had a fire over here next to Bradis, some crib blocks. But they've gotten it out. What Dave is doing, he's patrolling the mouth of the 4 entries here on 2 right, and he's monitoring that fire area, okay? At the same time, he's making sure that nobody comes off of 2 right. What Dave has done as well, when they were putting the fire out, up here in this first crosscut, CO went to 200 parts per million CO, so what he done, he withdrew back to Crosscut 50, and that's where he has the fresh air base established. The first exploration, Paul, we want you guys to come up here and do what we call roundhouse all the way to the seals. We got to verify the condition of the seals before we go in by 2 right, okay? And Paul, your team will continue on to explore crosscuts 1 through 6. Now by then, Chris, we'll have your team underground. You guys are going to explore crosscuts 6 through 16. Chris, once you guys get these 4 builds across here between crosscut 16 and 17, let Rusty know. Rusty, have your backup team and Dave and his 3 men start building these builds down here. Remember the last 2 builds at crosscut 51 between 6 and 7, and up here in number 4 between crosscuts 52 and 53. Make sure now we build here in 2 in by this overcast. We don't want anything come back down to contaminator secondary escapeway because we may need it. Once we've done that, Chris, and you guys have built between 2 and 3, between crosscuts 2 and crosscuts 15, we're going to advance our fresh air base up here to crosscut 15. You'll notice from crosscuts 13 through 17 is where we cross over top of that old mine. The life shelter and the SCSR cache was located here. The day shift was supposed to have moved it to crosscut 1A. They moved the SCSRs, but they did not get the shelter moved. So that's a big plus for us with the SCSRs on the section if those guys are still up there and they can physically get to them. 1,200 feet from mouth of section to the shelter. It's 900 feet from the shelter to the faces. Now, normally we would only explore 1,000 feet, but now we got to think out of the box here just a little bit. So what's going to happen? We're going to extend our exploration to 1,200 feet so that we can make this shelter to see if Charlie and Shane made it to the shelter. Now, Chris, your team, what we want you to do is you'll build across all 4 inches between crosscut 16 and 17. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build 1 stopping line between number 2 and number 3. We're going to intake up 3 and 4. Now, once we get it ventilated, then we're going to advance our fresh air base up here to crosscut 15.
Okay, guys, our action plan has been approved, so let's get suited up and head inside.
As y'all know, we had an event at the mine today, and it was on the 2 right section where Shane and Charlie are working. Everybody else has been safely gotten out of the mines, and they're okay. We do have a crew that's headed back and are at the mouth of the 2 right section, and they've encountered some smoke. And we called in our rescue teams, and they're en route to there, and we're going to safely start exploring into where they're at. During this, after the event, it did affect our communication system, so we're not able to talk to them on the telephones and the tracking system. So they've been very well trained in all the aspects, and we've had several drills on mine emergencies, so they are very well trained and they'll know what to do. There's actually a refuge shelter on the panel that they could possibly go to. Also, there's several self-rescuers that provide oxygen that they have access to, and they're very well trained on how to use all of those. So hopefully we'll get the rescue team to them and hopefully find them safely. And like I said, they're very well trained, and keep that in mind. And also I want to thank Brother Prophet, for letting us use the church, and J-Bo, and also we've got Rhonda and Tammy here with our Human Resource Department, as y'all well know, and they'll be here for any care you need and anything that they can do for you. I'll come back periodically and have several sessions with you. Hopefully we'll find them here shortly, but I want to keep you all informed, and so we will keep communication back to you.
2 weeks ago, we had 3 tents in that right side return. Left side return, we had 2 tents, it didn't change. Then last week, we had 7 tents in that right side return. Left side return didn't change. Now, what's happened here, this methane's increased on this right side return. Now, if you look at this underlay of the old mine, you can see here, based on these elevations and the way Travis and Chuck Skate marked up, you have this big dip here. Most likely, of course, this was roofed with water before this water even runs out to the surface here. So what could have happened here also, it's another possibility, as this water accumulates, if there is methane in that old mine, it's going to push it back toward the top end. And if you guys remember the Scotia explosion in Kentucky and the Double R explosion in Virginia, the methane come through a crack in the mine floor.
Hey Dave, good to see you, buddy. Chris, good to see you guys.
Been a rough day up here.
Hey, a little bit, yeah. We put a fire out up here earlier, and we run into some carbon monoxide. We couldn't go any further. We were stuck. So,
Well, we think we have a good plan to get these two guys out. So,
well, great. We got to get them out of here.
all right. Well, let's just get our stuff off. We'll be ready to go.
All right.
What'd you have, Paul?
Well, we made the outbow area. I made up to break 6, and there was a permanent stopping that's damaged. We didn't see any signs of any men up in there.
Okay. So you had ventilation controls damaged then?
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys ready to go?
Yep.
We're ready.
The teams now have explored about halfway up to the panel to where Charlie and Shane are. We still not talked to them because, like I said, the communication systems are still out. We're making good progress. You know, the team's working as fast as they can and being as safe as they can because we want to make sure the rescue teams are safe too. But you know, like I told y'all earlier, you know, they're well trained. We've went through several of these kind of disaster drills. They know what to do, you know, and they still have access to rescuers with oxygen. And you know, just keep praying, and we're making progress. We're working hard. The teams are working as fast as they can and safely as they can to get to them. And I'm just sorry I don't have any better news right now, but you know, we still got hope, and we're still doing as fast as we can. And I assure you that we're doing everything in our power to do it. Okay, so.
Daddy gonna be all right?
Oh yeah, buddy. We're hoping we're going to get him out of there.
Ronnie, I think right now would be a good time to pray.
Okay, please do, Jamie. So let's go for a second.
Let's pray together. Father, Charlie and Shane just trying to make a living, and Lord, now they're in trouble. God, we need help. We have people planning and working. We have mine rescue teams, Lord, that are well trained and prepared for just such emergency, but we need your guidance. Lord, would you help us bring them out alive and well? Lord, would you comfort the families and give them encouragement that they so desperately need? And Lord, we ask these favors and these blessings in the name of your Son. Amen.
Hello, outside. Hello, Command Center.
Go ahead, Rusty.
The life shelter has not been deployed. I say again, the life shelter has not been deployed, and there's no signs of Charlie and Shane. In the number 4 entry at crosscut number 16 in the dip, there is a crack in the mine floor. 3.9% methane is coming out of the crack.
At the SCSR cache, looks like someone's been crawling around the storage boxes, and one of the boxes is open and several SCSRs are missing. Permanent stoppings in the crosscut number 2A are partially blown out towards number 1. Very light smoke. The team entered crosscut number 2A and heard a gas detector alarming. Sounds like the alarm is in by up number 3 entry. Team is headed straight up to number 3 entry towards the gas detector sound. Hello outside. Hello Carol. Hello outside.
Go ahead, Casey. Repeat that again.
We found them both in the number 3 entry in the last open crosscut. They're both live, but pretty banged up.
God is blessed since they found them. They're alive.
All right.
Gary, go order some food.
All right, I'll do it, buddy. Well, I need to run. I need to run back over to church and get with the families and break the news to them.
Well, when you get through, come on back. Help us celebrate.
Well, ordinarily I would, but me and Bart's got something we got to do in the morning. But appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Ronnie.
See you guys. Hey, everybody. We got them.
Woo! Where are they, Ronnie?
You know, they do have some injuries, and we're going to be working. They're working on them there at the mine, but they are safe, and we're going to get them out and take them to the hospital to get checked out good. And so next little bit, be gathering up your things, and because probably want to go to the hospital because that's where we're going to have them. Okay.
I'm Randy Moore, Chief, Division of Mines, Virginia Department of Mines, Minerals, and Energy. First, I would like to say that this video is dedicated to the miners of all times that have lost their lives while providing for their families. We also dedicate this video to the brave and courageous mine rescue teams, company personnel, and regulatory agency personnel that continue to risk their lives while going into the mines following mine emergencies to rescue fellow miners. This coal mine explosion video was developed to enhance the capability of everyone involved in mine emergencies to make timely and very often difficult decisions. Mine explosions usually result when methane gas is ignited and usually extends over large areas in the mines. Explosions usually affect large numbers of miners. Quality training for everyone involved, including the miners, mining company personnel, mine rescue personnel, and regulatory agency officials, is the cornerstone on which to build emergency preparedness. We do everything that we can to prevent all types of mining accidents, especially disasters, including inundations of water, gas, mine fire, and explosions. At the same time, we constantly train just in case that we would have such an emergency event. Not enough can be said about the safety aspects that usually cause and or contribute to mine explosions, including mine examinations, gas testing, ventilation, and inadequate rock dust. The responsible person, RP as we call them, are designated for each shift that miners go underground to take charge, direct, and coordinate activities during any mine emergency event. In this video, the RP is showcased as he steps up to the plate, makes the right choice, and leads the way when it seemed there was no way out. He made critical decisions when an explosion occurred underground and 2 of his co-workers were entrapped. Unless you've been there and have done that, you can't begin to understand the character and mental or emotional state of mind of a person that is willing to go into a mine to risk their life while trying to save another life. Truly, these brave men and women are a special breed. Most people don't understand why anyone will go into a mine that is on fire or had an explosion. They are the ones that are rushing in when everyone else